Prakhar, Jamil, Brenda, this is our panel for today. We're going to be talking all about AI, how it's been shaping and changing and allowing partners and developers to evolve. So we'll do a quick intro around the round table in a minute. So everyone can, just describe a little bit about, what they're doing, what they're working on. Also do a little check on the mics.
Hello.
I think we're good.
Okay, they're
Hello.
working.
Hello.
Mic check. Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
Also, apologies in advance about my voice being a little bit raspy. As you can imagine, it was a little bit of a busy week. And I don't think I'm the only person who has a little bit of a raspy voice. So let's all be a little forgiving on people's voices today. Actually, just quickly, before we get started, I'm just going to ask the room, everyone who's a member of the ShopDev Alliance, can you raise your hand? Woo! That's amazing. That's amazing. And you should all have these beautiful gold badges, which are really, really cool. But yeah, I just want to say, give a moment to ShopDev Alliance in general. It's more than a Slack channel. It's more than just a group of people. It's an incredible community. Everyone in there is just so generous with helping each other out and lifting each other up. So big shout out to ShopDev Alliance. All right, so maybe we'll kick it off with everyone just giving a quick intro on who they are, and maybe if you can name a recent AI discovery or experiment that you've done that has just had a cool impact on your work. So Prakhar, if you want to start off.
Yes. Can you all hear me at the back? Oh, yes. Very nice. Hey everyone, I am Prakhar from Foxel. I'm the co-founder of Foxel. We basically are a bundling app for one of the bundle app in sea of infinite bundle apps. We are specializing in enterprise and complex bundling problems. In terms of AI, we do have a very small team of 4 people, and we do have a large team of 5 AI agents that work for us. So that has been pretty interesting to set it up internally in terms of support, engineering, social media, marketing, those kind of stuff. So happy to chat about that.
Hey everyone, my name is Jamil Bhuya. I'm co-founder of Other Half Studio. We're a Shopify Plus agency, essentially building beautiful, high-converting storefronts on Shopify from scratch. An interesting thing that we're attempting to do, because I think Prakhar and Brenda here on my either side are going to be much better at building these AI workflows, is we're trying to create a marketing orchestration layer, taking a lot of our call notes, our internal Slack communications, and just day-to-day discussions we're having to essentially pump out formatted and drafted marketing communications, whether it's for LinkedIn, Instagram, email, and just trying to automate our agency marketing. So that's been fun.
Cool.
If anyone can help, hit me up.
Nice.
Hi, I'm Brenda Storer. I am a theme developer. I'm a theme partner. I have a theme in the theme store called Whisk, and I am a solopreneur, so it's all me. For that, my agency is called Cocalico, and I also do some client work through there. And then, as Trudy mentioned before, we've partnered on a new agency called Studio in the City, where we are looking for really cool, custom, unique experiences to work on in Shopify, in the Shopify ecosystem. Top of mind, I probably could think of something more relevant, but the badges that some of you got right away and some of you got late was a new AI experiment in data merging, getting CSVs and made this in Illustrator and then had to import the data from a CSV into this really specialized formatted way that Illustrator could understand and Claude helped me so much in just like, hey, take the info here, put it here, bam. That was really awesome.
That's really cool. I love that. I, I think like one of the most obvious and talked about use cases for all this AI and agentic technology is like around like everything with like code generation and just being able to like speed up those workflows. And we'll definitely talk about that a lot later on in this chat. But I wanted to like just ask like what are some of like the code use cases. So maybe about things more around like managing business. Like if you can like describe like some of those like non-code. Maybe it's around like client management. Maybe it's around support. Of just kind of how you've been able to optimize your business with them. With
Okay,
Prakhar, you can start with you.
cool. So we have leveraged AI a lot in non-coding things. So we do have an AI support agent now that handles our merchant-facing communication, and we have seen it almost resolve like 80% of the support tickets without needing a human help. Apart from that, we are trying to close the loop to a complete cycle, which is merchant asks the questions on like support channel, and then we the support agent basically has access to all the information, or sometimes you don't have a help doc internally or externally that would let them answer the question. So it basically raises the escalation on Slack. It creates a linear ticket for our team to review. So our engineering team does not have to go to the support channel. It can just take a look at Slack and see what all things needs to be done. It does a sentiment analysis and then creates the priority based on that sentiment. So if it's like very urgent or if it's frustrated merchant, then it becomes like more urgent than, of course, like in other use cases. And one other things that we have struggled a lot in the past has been always because we have been builder at hearts. So we have been building a lot, but not being able to update our help docs, which has been like a pain for us. So now using different MCPs like Supercut has this MCP where you can just create a video and you can then query the transcript, you can get the screenshots. So our support agent basically, once you record a video for a new feature, our support agent basically get the access to the video. It creates help docs for the new feature with images. So that has been a very big challenge, especially when it comes to Shopify apps, because everything is in iframe. So it's kind of difficult to get the screenshot of the app. But with video, it's easier to get screenshots, so you can create like help docs very quickly, almost as soon as you launch. And also the changelog, so it automatically sees what is being pushed to GitHub. And if it makes sense for the merchant to know, it automatically updates the changelog for Foxel as well. So it has been pretty interesting working with these kind of agents and requirements.
So the bane of any agency's existence is writing proposals and scope of work. So that was one of the things that we wanted to automate as much as possible. So essentially it just takes our granola call notes, looks against all of our previous history of SOWs, and it's fucking great. One click and it generates it, sends me a Slack message, and then from there, obviously, we'll tweak it. But that's probably been one of the most time-consuming things in the past that it's helped automate. So, thank you. Yeah.
Analytics on, so in the theme partner world, we have the saddest little dashboard from Shopify that you've ever seen. It gives us like 2 points of information and they're both wrong. So I have like built a whole like Zapier webhook that when somebody opens the theme in the theme editor for the first time, it gives me some data, and it is all on a big Excel, or not Excel, but Google Sheet, and I manually have been managing that and looking at it and adding data, and so I just kind of, it's just me, I just have kind of looked at it for a long time, but using like having that aggregate in a way, like in Looker Studio, that is more readable, that I can really see trends, has been really awesome.
Cool. Yeah, that's a really good use case. Um, do you find I'd imagine like everyone's just AI stack and suite is gonna like look a little bit different. Um, do you spend a lot of time like tweaking that? Like like are you auditing the different tools that you're using? Like how do you? I guess like what does it look like? How do you keep up? Like how do you know when you need to change?
I'll hop in. I know I'll never be able to keep up. So it's already one. It's like a classic ADHD brain where like I can get very frustrated when something doesn't go according to plan, and then I kind of just go on and move on. So like anything, I always trying to learn from others, but like getting help implementing it from like someone who's naturally a builder. So we brought on someone who's AI consultant, very reasonable. Consultant's the wrong word because they actually do the damn work. They don't just talk about it. But like they helped us automate our Notion board. So when I move something through my sales pipeline, it'll automatically create like project timelines, send it to clients. It'll generate, tasks that are assigned to people. So it's, at least for me personally, it's one of those things where it's like I'll never be able to keep up. So it's like, what's an MVP that's going to help solve what we need versus always like FOMOing and like, I don't want to say wasting time, but sometimes for me, not being a natural builder, it does feel like I'm doing it because I'm FOMOing over the last Instagram video I saw. So I think like having those mental guardrails for me is personally important because then I can actually do what I'm good at versus wasting time building what I think would be something subpar versus someone who's a lot more AI native.
Lamika. I'll be honest, I am not super in love with AI in general. And so my stack is probably much smaller than most people, but I will say it's like actually coming here this week and coming to knowing that like Shopify is so hardcore in AI and feeling maybe I'm left behind. Like I'm actually like really inspired by a lot of the use cases that people have been talking about and have found inspiration in ways that like it feels true to me to use AI. So I'm excited to kind of go back and play around with that. But what I do now is I use Cursor and I have it suggest, while I'm coding, but I rarely use it to build new things completely. I'm in a code base that I completely made myself and that I understand very well, and it's just me. So I have found sometimes when I try and get it to do things for me, it goes too far. But I have found that it gives me inspiration to figure out how to just solve it myself. So I'm trying to look at it like that, like use it for inspiration a little more than use it for like completely solving a problem. I get frustrated when I think it's gonna take more time for me to QA what it does than for me to just do it myself. So often I just do it myself. What I have found really useful by myself as a solo developer is Cursor BugBot, which is also not perfect and often recommends things that I don't need to fix, but it does find a lot of like little things that I would have missed. And it also, again, just kind of like is somebody else looking at it and telling me, oh, here's a thing maybe you should pay attention to. And also, I also have like a process where I use GitHub. I create pull requests for everything, even though it's just me. I have like a very nice, version release like GitHub code base. And so I love that Cursor BugBot like creates the PR like details for me of what I changed and then I'm just like boop, change log. That has been like a real big time saver too. I also turn it off for CSS Cursor because I think its suggestions are terrible for CSS.
Cool. Yeah, that's. I love that. Jamil, we were chatting a little earlier, and you were talking about how you kind of maybe will have like a little bit of a different perspective in some ways, like as someone that's like in an agency, that there's many clients that actually don't want you using AI in certain scenarios. Can you like dig into that a little bit more?
Yeah, so we have a couple interesting policies I'll talk about first. One of them we're actively trying to implement is we're not accepting AI feedback or AI briefs because, especially when it comes to something, I'd say more subjective like creative, it's really like beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and in the eye of AI, it's fucking everything. It just pukes out like a brief that's so expansive. Or we had this one client that wanted to customize the living hell out of their buy box, where the buy box on mobile was larger than the screen. And it's created so many choices that the customer doesn't know where to start or stop on the subscription, where it's like there's a 30-day, 60-day, 90-day module, there's all these discount tiers, and it creates all these like subscription stacks that you're like, you took them from 1 to 2 decisions to like 4 to 6. And so it's just creating, it's giving people, and I'll say this for myself, it's making people who are maybe not the smartest in an area have the fallacy of being smart and experienced, right? Without all the mistakes in between. So it's kind of like, hey, I know how to replace a doorknob on a house, so therefore I think I'm qualified to build the whole damn house, including the foundation. But that's just not true. So what we're dealing with as we go up more mid-market is a lot of these mid-market brands that are more premium or lifestyle oriented, that they don't compete on margins. They're competing on like, creating a feeling or a community that's commanding more of a premium. They literally tell us they do not want AI creatives. Because like the moment the customer thinks something's not real, it's kind of like a fake Google or Amazon review. They completely lose trust. You lose that premium factor and feel that they want to invest in. And it's been actually very refreshing and interesting because a lot of founder-based brands that are very data focused, they're like, whatever, like just do whatever we need to launch. But the guys, the companies out there that are really trying to build something that's going to last, they value, something that's real and tangible, knowing that trust is everything. So that's been refreshing and interesting.
That's interesting. I've definitely might have experienced a little bit of that myself. Of like, yeah, if you see like creative, like advertising, editorial from a brand, and when my spidey sense is like tingling of like, oh, this is AI, isn't it? I kind of like instantly just like lose a little bit of respect. So I could definitely see why, yeah, agents like or those like bigger brands would be giving those directions to agencies. Um, yeah, Prakhar. So we talked a little bit about, I guess, like some of the pitfalls around AI. Like, are there things that you don't want to use AI in? Like, are there things that you don't want to automate away within like Foxel?
Yeah. Yeah. For me, I think I don't want AI to represent my thoughts like on my behalf. So that is something that I actively try not to do. So all the thoughts on social media are mine, all the thoughts on LinkedIn, Twitter are mine. Also, I think there are two types of AI that we are using. Like me personally, are using one is like the asynchronous one where you just ask it and it in the background starts working, and then there is the iteration one where you tell it to build something but you have to keep iterating on it because it can't do anything in one shot. So the second part is where I am actively giving a lot of inputs, a lot of planning, a lot of direction. That is where I think AI is not there yet in one shotting things. But the major thing is like what I think even Jamil said is the trust and authenticity is where I think I am not trusting AI with yet. But I still say yet because anything can change like in a few months.
Yeah, no, totally get that. So, Brenda, like as your background as a team developer, I remember like when I was working on themes as well, and when like ChatGPT was like a lot newer, and when it was working well for a lot of like technical things that were more kind of general, but for Shopify specific things, it would often like hallucinate. Like it would tell me to use liquid objects that didn't exist, like generate code where there's this filter that it's like, I mean, I would love if that filter was actually supported. That sounds amazing. But I guess like since then, like the newer models have gotten like so much better. Like what's the kind of like the state in like the theme world with like using all these AI tech now?
I'm not sure because I think like the way I look at it is I want AI to do the things I don't like to do and that I don't know well and that it can do better. But like I said, I really only use it for code completion. I have structured like new features. Like the biggest feature I added to my theme that I did with AI was a countdown timer. And it was great. I just had it like scaffold the whole thing, but I had it do it outside of my code base. And then I took it in my code base and it was about 80% there and it was kind of wrong. And then I fixed it and that was awesome. That saved me like so much time. But I'm trying to think if like I can tell if like the code completion has gotten a little more smart. But I think I honestly I should go back and take a look because I think I was like, oh my gosh, what is this object? This doesn't work. And then I was like, I'm never using this. I'm not trusting this again.
Yeah, I've heard from like chatting like I'm sure a lot of you people know Jan Frey. I was chatting to him recently about like what he's using because he does like liquid code camps and he's like recommending like how developers can start using AI in in a theme context. And I was asking, like, are you using like specific MCPs? Like, how are you like? Do you need to give the the models, whichever the latest ones are? Do you need to give them like extra backup? Like, are there like special tips and tricks? And he said, actually, no. Like, even he's not noticing a huge difference even using like the Dev MCP, the Shopify Dev MCP with Liquid. That Claude seems to be like pretty like good at anything to do with Liquid now. So he's kind of just using a really like default model in a lot of cases.
I love it. Actually, what I really love it for is schema. Like how often I forget a comma or something and like the code completion and it also just being like, I think you want to name it this and fixing that I think is really awesome. Because who cares? Like schemas are the worst thing to like have to write, you know?
No, yeah. I guess use it for the tedious things, but the stuff that you enjoy doing, like if you like going like really deep in the code, like you know, if you enjoy doing that, like why not keep doing that? And then don't feel like you're forcing yourself to use AI and like remove the joy from what you like building.
Yeah, I think I also like I've been thinking about something we used to I used to tell clients when I worked in the agency like 10 years ago when they would be like, we want to go faster, just hire more developers. And I'd be like, well, one woman can't make a baby in 9 months. And I think there's some of that mentality that we were talking about earlier too, of like, some things need to, like, I need to figure out the problem while I'm working on the problem, and I can't figure it all out ahead of time until I'm like in it, and to like remember not to just build things because, like Sakshi said, to build things just because you can, but to like also do things thoughtfully. And sometimes you need to take one step before you can take the next step. And I think it's easy to get seduced by the speed of pushing out features.
I agree with what you said. Like, I'm not the creative on the team, but listening to the creatives on our teams when they're going through UX design, it's like they've tried using Claude Design. First of all, you have to keep prompting the crap out of it. You can't just export it to Figma and kind of take it over the line. But we read this joke recently that I was like, this is kind of funny. It's like, how many designers does it take to change a light bulb? Well, the designer's gonna think, do we need a light bulb or can we put in a window? And so it's kind of like this iterative process. It's kind of like when you go to a Thai restaurant and they ask you, do you want the dish mild, medium, or spicy? It's so subjective. Like, what the hell's medium to you versus me? I got to taste the dish and then I got to continue iterating before I find that right spice level. Because, like, I'm brown. Medium spice to me means something very different to somebody else. So it's like, it's iterative, it's experimentation, and it's like, you're not going to just, to your point, one shot it, right? It's like sometimes the best solutions come out of like frustration and like, you know, looking at it from different perspectives, and sometimes even just taking time after you're extremely upset by it. And this is all secondhand, by the way, once again, right? This is just me listening to our designers bitching about problems and, things like that. But yeah, I think that's where we're seeing like the value of actually trying things multiple times versus just having something generated for you one time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I love that. One thing I actually wanted to ask as well. So, yeah, Prakhar and I, we did an X space kind of like on a lot of these topics a couple of months ago. I remember Dennis had an amazing question towards the end of that of like, what is your and like of all the stuff that like we're using and that like that it's like improving things like what is like the kind of the end goal, like what does the end state like look like of like the biggest benefits that we're able to get?
Man, I just want to talk to you. I just want to talk to everyone and not do any work at all. I think that's my end goal. Like, I don't, if AI can, then why not? Like, I want AI to do all the work and maybe just talk to people, build more relationship, because I would never let my AI talk to you, Liam. I always want to talk to you myself. So that is one thing, that is the end goal. Just meet more people, build more relationships. And I think relationships are more and more important now than ever. And yeah, why do you gotta work? Just let AI do all your work if it can. And if it can do better work than you, then why do you need to work? I don't know.
Yeah, I think Brenda said this best. It's like you want to use it to do the things you hate. So you have more time to do the things you love or are actually passionate about. And for different people, that's different things. Depending on how you grew up, what you value. To Prakhar's point, like I have a line where I was like, build relationships, not workflows. Like, because that's how, at least for me, that's how I've built success in this ecosystem. It's through people and relationships. A bot never brought me a lead, you know, even though ironically we're gonna try to build an outbound bot. But the point is that the point of that bot is to find signals and opportunities to kind of start a conversation, not to take over the conversation. Because especially for what we do, it's more high ticket sales. It's all about trust. The moment they lose trust, you're toast. So, yeah.
I really want to use it to learn things, to help teach me things, knowing that it's probably not going to give me all the right ways. But especially like I say like every year I come here and I'm like, I'm going to build an app. And I'm a front end developer and I've tinkered around in backends and done some stuff, but not really a lot. But I know enough that I could probably work out an app with Claude by my side. But it always, in the past couple years, it always felt like too big of a hill to climb while I'm trying to like put food on the table. But I'm really think that like now is the time that like I could use it to help like skill up in development.
It's amazing. I mean, I definitely think it is one of the best times to be able to take on something new that you want to learn that previously felt like inaccessible. I didn't have the time. Now everyone has like a pretty great expert teacher in almost any topic that you can turn anything that's like, wouldn't it be great if I had the time to do X, or learn about X? And now you can just do that, which I think is really cool. And yeah, for me, I think it's all like it's about time as well. Like getting like the gift of time back in a lot of ways. Of I think echoing what a lot of you were saying, that like you're able to sort of redistribute your attention and your resources and your time into the things that you feel are the most important. It does take a little bit of willpower though, because you know like how do you know, first of all, like if you're directing your agents in the like the most valuable direction, and also just the AI can be very addictive. Like you can I think all of us probably have some experience of like just going down a rabbit hole that never ends with AI, and then you look up and it could be like 7 or 8 p.m. You're like, what happened over the last few hours?
Go touch grass.
But yeah, so I think we might have some time for maybe some questions if we would like want to do some questions. Yeah. Yeah, we could do some questions from the crowd. But first off, maybe just a quick round of applause for the panel. Woo. Thank you so much. Like so many great insights. I feel like we could keep talking all day, but yeah, thanks. I'm sure we'll have some great questions from the folks here too.
I have a question for Liam. Are we gonna get Sidekick for partners?
Sidekick for partners. What would you like it to do?
So for example, if we get like API errors, warnings, and we can get all of the information in one place, we just ask like the AI, for example, what's this error? What's the API? What we need to do? Maybe analyze our data because we get more and more data each time we come here.
And would you like that? Like, would that be like in the Dev Dash, Partner Dash, or in you wanted it in Dev Dash?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll add it to the list. We got a question over here.
No, I will just appreciate Brenda's comment that AI doesn't have to be in everything. Especially she works with a lot of themes. So themes do need personality, do need creativity. So I do appreciate her comment that AI doesn't have to be in everything. So yeah, that's great.
Something I've been thinking about for a while now is new developers and new people coming into this space post AI. You spoke about teaching, and I feel lucky in that I learned to code before AI, so I did the hard yards. And I'm kind of terrified about new graduates coming in, and I know I'm the lazy character that would just have the AI do everything, and I wouldn't learn how to debug stuff and fight through things. Just if the panel has any thoughts on that.
Also terrified for the youth for many reasons. But yeah, I mean, I think like from my perspective, when I say I want to learn a new language, I want to learn more backend, like I already have like 20 years of just development experience and have worked in teams and stuff. But I really worry, I think like we can't, if you have the opportunity to hire junior developers, hire junior developers. We need the future to be bright.
Again, I'll say this as a non-developer. It's like building a business. Prior to this, I was in a completely different industry, owned restaurants, and the easiest way to learn is by fucking up. And when you have to do something hard and it hurts, the emotions that you gain from it, like you'll never make that mistake again. So if you're rolling out code, and again, I don't know shit about coding, but if something's not working and you didn't build it, I guess the AI could debug it.
But you know product, so it's not like you're like,
Yeah,
you don't know anything.
right. So it's like that to me is like the thing. It's like if you haven't built it and you can't be accountable for the mistakes or the issues in it, you won't truly learn and you won't understand the value of what it means for it to work properly versus not work properly. So that to me is like scary.
Yeah, and I also just like to add, I think we need to come back to fundamentals now, because a lot of things, if are done by AI and you don't know what's happening, then that's where you need to learn, like how things are working on the back end and how things are happening at a root level. Because once you build it and then there is a security issue and you don't know what to do, then that's not gonna work. So reliability, security, and a lot of those things comes back to fundamentals. So I think it's good to stress on those back again.
I was also thinking like all the junior developers I've ever worked with, in like a year, they're not a junior developer anymore. But your AI is never gonna graduate, you know?
Hopefully not.
Not that quickly, right? No. I don't believe it.
Hey, hi. Quick question. I think from maybe an aside, what is the cost of AI like in terms of real dollars? I know like a lot of indie, solo founders. There is a budget to it. There's a money to it. There's a token cost. There's a quality of output, because you put a lot of effort into AI, a lot of loops, a lot of failures. Like how do you like manage that budget, especially as like a recurring budget that really affects like you literally burns your pocket?
That's a really good question. I guess it's, yep, how are you budgeting AI costs? So how are you, I guess like even managing efficiency, things like that.
Oh, yeah. For us, it's very important to save money because money is important. So our cost of AI, our cost of running AI is pretty low, because we have replaced a lot of AI products with our own internal AIs, and it's just like we have bought a server on OVH Cloud, which is like huge server, 32 GB RAM, 8 vCPU, and it's like 100 euros per year. So that's not very much. And then we are running on the Codex subscription, which is $200 per month. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The cost of AI, if you just remove the development time that I spend on tweaking all of the things when I'm not focusing on the product that I should. So yeah, it's not very expensive. It becomes expensive when you are building this and then you realize how much you were already paying for the AI products that you replaced. So essentially, we replaced Bugbot. We replaced the cursor agent, because now we can just do add in Slack. We can do add this, and then just can you open a PR, and because it has access to all your code repositories, it knows exactly if I'm making an API in this backend repository, then this front-end repository should be consuming it. So it has a holistic vision that way. So yeah, I think it's pretty cheap for us as of now, but as the scale would increase, I don't think the cost is going to be proportional to the scale. So that is a good thing. And in the future, I'm assuming it's gonna get cheaper and cheaper like the internet. So man can hope.
Yeah, we don't think about our AI budget too much, given we use it probably for more basic needs than probably Prakhar here. So for us, it's literally just a line item, and as an agency, it's always just trying to close deals, bring in more revenue than expenses, and figuring it out month by month. So
I mean, mine is directly out of my pocket. So I have a $20 a month of Pro subscription to Claude. And then I have Cursor on an annual single plan, which I think is like $100 and something US dollars a year. And then I only use Cursor Bugbot on my theme code base. I don't use it on client work. So, and I'm not in a huge building era in my theme. I'm updating it once a month, so I have that on like a per use basis. So it's very minimal. I don't spend a ton on AI right now.
Good. Hopefully, we'll be able to keep those expenses down even more. I think we've like time for one more question. Like Alex, did you have a question?
sorry, one follow-up. I think just question back to Liam. I know Shopify or Toby posted a photo with a huge compute rack, which is pretty much like self-hosted. So how would you recommend for especially the community of like, how much should we run local LLM? Like how much trust, how much focus, how much energy, especially going forward because we don't know the scale, we don't know the cost, we don't know what firewalls, what blocks might happen because many countries, many people, different issues. So that's something that I'd love from you.
Yeah, I think it's kind of up to every partner, organization to kind of evaluate that for themselves. Of like, and it's definitely something that you need to spend a lot of time auditing, researching. Like, there's so many different like permutations of how you can like create your own AI stack and how you can use it efficiently, and then that can be different depending on like the size of the organization you're in. If it's something that you're doing for yourself independently is going to look so different to something where there could be 30 employees that you need to manage for. But yeah, like one more question. I think Alex, you had a question.
Yeah, just wanted to ask you guys, how do you keep up with advancements in AI, and how do you differentiate between the noise and the real kind of a game-changing things that are appearing? There's obviously lots happening all the time and a lot of kind of people to follow on social and everywhere else. So yeah, what are your hacks? How do you kind of keep up with AI advancements?
Don't touch it if it works. So as an engineer, like it's very easy to start working with AI and then forget about your product because it's super interesting. And but I think I spent a lot of time while we were setting up our agents. But now there are things coming daily, and it's like Jamil said, you can't keep up with it. So we've realized it's better to just do not touch it if it works, and if it breaks, take a look, but focus on the product. That's important. If there's something revolutionary that comes, just take a look and see if it can help you. But if you just go and spend all of your time into tweaking small little details just to optimize a little bit of your workflow, it's very easy to get distracted. So that's what we follow now. My co-founder, has belted me a lot for not building product. So that's what I'm doing now.
I think it's like the previous fallacy of like busy work. You feel busy doing this, so it feels productive, but really it's not moving the needle or it's a distraction. So again, for someone like myself, I recently joined this like sales AI monthly call where it's kind of like when you're building a business, you want to recruit people smarter than you. And same thing for me. It's like I want to just watch people smarter than me trying to build this thing, rather than me figuring it out myself. Because like, again, I'm just like, even before AI, I wasn't like a super user with like smartphones and things like that. So it's like just absorbing via osmosis and then kind of making it my own if it makes sense. And again, to Prakhar's point, it's like if you got an MVP and it's working, like if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it.
Totally. I think like I get it from people. Like when a bunch of people are talking about something, then I'm like, okay, I should check it out. So that's nice from humans. I learn about AI. But I also think like tech FOMO is even before AI. Everybody's always talking about something and you're always behind. And so I think I've learned how to try and just not get sucked into that as much as I'm tempted to anyway, and AI falls into that category. I'm totally behind, I think, compared to most people, but that's okay.
I think there was a similar question we had on a panel that Brendan was on. Shout out Brendan. And his answer to this was that he had like just a bunch of friends that were just kind of on the same wavelength as him, that he trusts, that would share what they're working on, and just kind of like essentially like a micro community of folks that like you're passing back and forth and having ideas. And I think even that like personal touch means that like you're not just absorbing what's like being posted on X or what's in a blog post. You're actually building together. Like you're possibly distributed. Like these could be people all over the place. I think that also happens like in SDA. Like I think the ShopDev Alliance is this crew of people that like again on the same wavelengths, are building amazing things, sharing those stories with each other. And like I think there's like the AI Stories channel. Is that the name of it? AI Stories. Yeah. Like I love hopping in there and seeing what you're all working on, and like that will spark like inspiration for me. And I think that's again like we can take these tools and build things together and inspire each other. All right. Well, again, thanks so much for everyone on the panels
Thanks,
sharing these
Liam.
amazing insights. Thanks for having us. Thanks for your attention. I know it's been a really long week so far, but yeah, thank you so much.